Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm just so happy and so excited to be getting back into YouTube again. I have been away for I want to say 2 months now. It's been such a long time and I'm just really happy to get back into the swing of things, start uploading content. I have so many ideas, so many things I'm excited about, and now I actually have the time and energy to put into my channel once again. So I'm really happy to be back. And today I really wanted to talk about kind of coming into your own, learning to love yourself, and how to kind of become confident. Not how to per se, but how I did and where I'm at in my journey and how I kind of got there. So I did take notes because if you watched my videos, you know I go on so many tangents. I just have so much stuff to say all the time that I end up just rambling. So these will keep me on track and help me to remember all the important points. So to start off, I always really had a low self-esteem and kind of negative idea of myself since I was young, essentially. I can only remember in lower school and middle school and high school just feeling really down on myself. I think it kind of started in lower school. I kind of fell into this stereotype of the class clown, and I think I got stuck in it. I was also made fun of a lot for my weight because I was really thin and I was really short as well, and just was gangly, and I just hadn't come into my body yet. So I think that affected me early on. Definitely didn't realize that at the time, but I think looking back in retrospect, it definitely had an effect on me. And yeah, so I just always really thought I was kind of worthless. Well, when I got into high school is when I really started to think, wow, I have nothing to offer. I'm not pretty, I'm not cool, I'm not, you know what I mean? I just kind of had this really negative self-esteem, really low self-esteem, and really negative self-image. And on top of it, I always felt misunderstood, and I really just felt like an outsider, an outcast. I wasn't really comfortable with myself in my own skin or anything like that. And in school, I didn't get along with really the teachers at all. I felt like they always misunderstood me. They always thought I was had an attitude and all these different things. And I think there's so many factors, and I could do this whole nother video of why I would behave in that way and why I didn't we didn't develop good relationships. But I do think that also had an effect on how I viewed myself and how others viewed me. So over the years, when I'm coming to my own, I kind of started to teach myself how to love myself. And that sounds so weird, but I had to kind of fake it until I make it. Fake it until you make it kind of thing, meaning that I had to tell myself you have so much to offer. I started with kind of thinking about the things that I did like about myself. I did know and feel that I was pretty intelligent for the most part. I felt like I was witty. I felt like I was a good friend. I had things about myself that I liked, even though I had to dig inside myself to allow myself to realize, wow, that's something I like about myself. That's something I have to offer. I did eventually acknowledge it and realize it and hold tight to it. And then from there, I taught myself okay, here's things you like about yourself. You can improve upon them, and you can continue to just become the person that you want to be. And I think along with that, I also grew into my own in terms of my looks, and I just started falling in love with myself, really. And it didn't come from an easy place. It didn't come oh, this is so easy after 23 or whatever, 22 years of just not liking myself. It didn't just happen. I did for years try so hard to convince myself that I was worthy, I had a lot to offer, I could only go up from here in terms of what I had to offer, who I am as a person. And another part of it was kind of realizing self-esteem in and of itself, the word itself describes how you feel about yourself. And I think I was letting other people's perceptions and ideas and thoughts and opinions on me dictate my own self-esteem, which is so backwards when you think of it. When I look back in retrospect, from a young age, I was just allowing and believing what others thought of me and projected onto me as my own idea of my self-image, versus me really having an unbiased opinion of myself, if that makes sense. And yeah, so I just started to realize wow, I'm literally doing the opposite of what the word itself means. I'm literally letting my self-esteem be controlled by outside factors, and that's no good. And so then when I started realizing that's how messed up that was, I also kind of realized who cares what other people think of you? And I know everyone says that, whatever, and it's really hard to get past what other people think, but I think at the same time, it's so important to learn to love yourself, because if you're always wondering what people are going to think, you're making choices based on how you're going to be perceived, you're doing things just so that other people will feel a certain way, you're not really being true to yourself. You're literally catering to others. And I think for me, like, I started to work on a mindset of like, I am who I am. I'm constantly working on myself, constantly trying to be a better person. And if somebody doesn't like that, or somebody perceives me in the wrong way, all I can do is try to show them who I really am. And if they still don't like me or still have negative opinions, then like, who cares about that person? At the end of the day, like, who cares? Like, the people that you want in your life and the people that you want to attract will know you, will understand you, will find the things that they like about you, and you won't have to continuously think, oh, what do they think about me? What are they gonna say? What are they gonna, like, at the end of the day, it's so pointless and silly to just waste your time and energy trying to cater who you are as a person to what other people want, or what other people need, or what other people like. If you start from the inside out, I think if you become the best person you can become, if you do things that make you happy, if you have love for yourself, eventually you will attract the people that you want in your life, and people will get to know you, and people will appreciate you, and people will love you. So I think what I was doing as a younger person was the opposite, really. I was trying to cater to them before really even having catered to myself, which was self-destructive behavior in a way. So now, where I'm at in my life and how I've kind of been more confident and kind of started to love myself, is that I go out of my way to be the very best person I can be. I work every single day at trying to be the best version of myself. I do anything I can to kind of better myself, and I'm hyper aware of my behaviors and my actions, and I really try to like take a look at how I act. If I act in a way that makes me feel embarrassed, or in a way that doesn't align with my beliefs and my ideas, I try to step back and say, like, why am I acting that way? How can I change it? How can I improve? How can I move forward? And I think that's not something that I did in the past, because I was just so bogged down with like, okay, well, I'm already useless, I'm already like, I have nothing to offer, so why would I even try really to work on anything when it's just not gonna work and it's just gonna be futile? But now I'm like, as long as I'm trying to be the best version of myself and trying to help others, trying to constantly improve and do good in this world, that's all I can really do. And at the end of the day, I have to be happy with myself and content with myself to really even have any positive relationships with anyone else. And I just try to really focus and remember all the things about myself that I do really like and think are great qualities, and all the things that I would like in other people, other traits that I admire of people, and how I can work to get towards that. I know I'm kind of rambling now, again, like always, but basically my point is just that, like, work on yourself, be the best version of yourself for yourself, and that's when others will be able to understand you, accept you, love you, what have you. And when it comes to things that you don't like about yourself, don't let it dictate your whole perspective of yourself. If you have a bad temper, if you have a hard time making friends, if you are superficial, whatever it is that you don't like about yourself, work on it. That's the thing I think we forget a lot of times as human beings, is like, we can be whoever we want to be. We can mold ourselves into whoever we want to be in this universe. And if we can do that, then we can love ourselves, because we can choose who we want to be. And I think, I don't know, that's helped me a lot to get where I am, where, I mean, nothing's perfect. I'm not like, oh my God, guess what, I'm the best person in the world, and I love everything about the way I look, and everything's perfect. It's not that, it's just more like, I'm comfortable with who I am, and I think I do have a lot to offer, and I do think I have a good heart, and I think that those are things that really matter to me. So I love myself, I'm confident in who I am as a person, where I'm at in my life, and I think it can only go up from here. So yeah, I have like a sense of belief in myself and a sense of confidence, and like knowing that the world is my oyster. I can do whatever I want to do, I can be whoever I want to be, as long as I have good intentions and I'm a good person, and I let that guide me throughout my life, then what's not to love, you know? So I hope this video made sense, and I hope that this kind of gives anyone who's like feeling down on themselves a little bit of a boost, and realize that even if it takes years and years, you can finally come to a place of self-love, and there's nothing wrong with that, and it's not being cocky, it's just learning to love yourself in a world that almost sometimes will tell you so many bad things about yourself that you start to believe it. And you can break those ideas down, you can break those walls down, and you can be who you want to be, and you can love yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings, what have you, and don't forget to subscribe.